What's up, y'all? This is your boy Eddie Jackson. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Layback TV. Over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel, every HBO, all the languages. So you better get bilingual real fucking quick. Alright? Go on laybacktv.com to see how you can download it in your iPhones, Androids, and your Fire Sticks. Now, we got to get into wrestling talk. So let's show you exactly. Well, we ain't showing you shit. You should have watched. What occurred out in SmackDown, actually. So, let's see. We had Jey Uso defeat Javon Evans with the help of the Vision to advance in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Jey Uso, you got a big, tall order after fucking Javon Evans. What else we got? Charlotte Flair was defeated by Liv Morgan for the Queen of the Ring semis to go right to the finals. I saw a clear path to Charlotte Flair going all the way to SummerSlam. You know, I think possibly things changed as soon as word got out that Rhea Ripley injured her knee in some way, in some capacity, at Clash of Italy. Not saying that this is what they were going to do, but I felt like this is something you could have done. You know, it's a coin toss to have the women's world champion win the Queen of the Ring, or the self-proclaimed queen go right to SummerSlam and do pretty much a babyface heel switch. But it seemed like they're not going that route. I don't know. I think they got other plans for Charlotte Flair. Because apparently, you know, I think they're going to put her in the direction of Jade Cargill. And if that's the case, I don't know. I feel like it's a missed opportunity, but whatever. We had Wepa Up. R-Truth and Damian Priest retain the tag team championship, the WWE tag team titles against the MFTs. Speaking of Wepa Up, we finally got a semi-interaction with Damian Priest and Finn Balor, two former members of Judgment Day. If you basically do not have any YouTube then or the Peacock or Netflix or whatsoever, you can't go back and see exactly why Damian Priest is no longer a Judgment Day member. But originally it was Edge, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest. Finn Balor got at it and was switched out with Edge. But eventually Finn Balor had all the Judgment Day members turn on Damian Priest along with Rhea Ripley. And it went to a whole feud between, Finn Balor cost Damian Priest the World Heavyweight Championship a couple years back against Gunther. But it went into a whole feud. It was dope matches, street fights, and so forth between Finn and Damian. I don't know. I feel like they can really do something with this story. I don't know. I thought we were going to do like a big MFT versus Wepa Up, Royce Keys, and maybe Finn Balor could get in the mix. But I want to see where they're going to go with this. With Finn and Damian. Could they make amends? Who knows? Maybe they can. Jacob Fatu, speaking of MFTs, Jacob Fatu came and approached Solo Sikoa to lay down the warning from the OTC. Apparently he sent them over there. Who knows what Roman is sending Jacob Fatu to do. I think it's fucking dope, honestly. But Solo got to figure it out. And we'll get to Solo. But the main event was Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Championship against Gunther with special guest referee Sami Zayn. Who could have saw a fucking a debacle? Fast counts. In the end of the day, Cody won. And it definitely led to a triple threat going into Night of Champions. But before we get to Night of Champions, let's get into what happened on Raw. Okay, we had the opening promo of Obafemi and Jey Uso. They're gonna go at it for King of the Ring. We are gonna do our Who You Got picks, our segment Who You Got for the picks of Night of Champions. After this little highlight reel when it comes down to the Raw Monday Night Raw. We had LA Knight taking on Jimmy Uso. Long overdue. It's kind of weird how in the past couple of months, LA Knight was teaming with the Usos against the Vision and at WrestleMania, and they won. I was there. I watched it. And now we got LA Knight taking on Jimmy Uso. And who came to the aid of LA Knight with a spike to the throat and cost Jimmy Uso the match? Solo Sikoa. I told you we're going to get to fucking Solo Sikoa. And what are the odds? Solo Sikoa cost Jimmy the match. Interesting play on Solo. Because now, what move does Roman and Jacob make for costing Jimmy Uso the match? I am so intrigued. If it doesn't happen at Night of Champions, which I don't think it's going to, there's no family members other than Jay involved in Night of Champions. But we might see it next week on Monday Night Raw. We'll see. What else did we get? We got Lyra Valkyria turns on Bayley after losing to Paige and Brie for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Let's see what they do from here. I'm not extremely convinced that Lyra Valkyria is going to be an interesting heel until I see what her promos are. And as a babyface, wasn't great, but she had a good tag team. She had a good partner in crime with a rivalry, and that was Becky Lynch. So let's see. This is an interesting push for Lyra and an interesting push for Bayley, and they didn't even get to win tag team championships. It's very odd that they never got to win. We had Chad Gable apologizing to Alpha Academy, and who the fuck was not feeling that shit? Maxine Dupree. I get it. Chad Gable's on an apology tour. He's apologized to luchadors everywhere, like Penta, like Dragon Lee, like Rey Mysterio. He said fuck Dominic Mysterio. But yeah, I would definitely say he definitely needs to apologize to Alpha Academy. He didn't just only shit it on them, but he left them high and dry for American Made, which I'm kind of curious on. How does American Made feel about this? You know what I'm saying? The Creed brothers, what is it? Ivy Nile? When they come back, what the fuck are they gonna feel? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm kind of curious. On how they're gonna feel about this. But, you know, it is yet to be determined. And yeah. I mean, I get why Maxine Dupree don't want to hear that shit. It's like, yo, I want the Intercontinental Championship. You feel me? Against one of the best in Becky Lynch. And I didn't need your dumbass. So I get where she's coming from. Otis and Tozawa, maybe not. They have not been yet to win any tag team championship, but I don't know. We'll see. See how far they're willing to go with this shit. Let me see what else. Oh, we got the main event. The Vision versus the Street Profits for the World Tag Team Championships. And we want the smoke. Shout out to the Street Profits. They won the World Tag Team Championships. 5-time tag champions in WWE. NXT champs, Raw tag champs, SmackDown tag champs, the WWE tag champs, and the new World Tag Team Championships. So shout out to the Street Profits with the help of Joe Hendry and Seth Rollins. They were able to all help them out to win these titles. Shout out to them. I want to see how they go. I think eventually when they have to drop the belts, we're definitely going to see a heel turn between with Montez. With Montez, Angelo, I'm not too sure. Montez Ford, I think so, but yeah, I want to see how you can do it. I mean, I felt like we were getting a tease from that, and it didn't happen. But who knows? We probably get it now. All right, so this is our segment for who you got for Night of Champions, and yo, you can bet on it all you want, but I'm going by what the storylines are kind of leading me to. Okay, so congratulations. Now, other than WrestleMania, we have a PLE that has not 4, not 5, but 6 matches. Okay, the last time we had 4 matches on a PLE, I would say this year it was Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber in Chicago. Royal Rumble, I believe it was in, where was it the hell it was at? I think it was in Riyadh. Yeah, Riyadh. Because they had to build that stadium where they're going to have WrestleMania. And now 4 matches for Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber. WrestleMania don't count. You know, it was 6 and 7 for night 1, night 2. What was it? Backlash was 5, I believe. Or 4. I think it was 4 or 5. Can't remember really what Backlash was. Clash in Italy was definitely 5, though. Clash in Italy, was 5, and now Night of Champions is going to be 6. Holy shit, I'm foaming out the dick. 6 matches. Finally, we growing these fucking PLEs on ESPN Unlimited. Let's go. All right, for the segment of who you got, we got Women's World Champion of Judgment Day, Liv fucking Morgan, is taking on former World Champion Io Sky, Queen of the Ring Finals. Judging by where it looks like they're going, I feel like they're gonna give the dub to Io Sky. Io Sky is probably gonna definitely take it, and we're probably gonna see this match again at SummerSlam. I think Io Sky is gonna win it, gets a guaranteed world championship at SummerSlam, and she's gonna choose Liv Morgan to try to get that belt back. So I got Io Sky for the dub. Trick Williams, that's right, baby. Lemon pepper steppers, motherfucker. And shout out to Trick Williams and Lash Legend. They got married this past week in Jamaica. Pombo Cladman. Yes, the lovely couple got married. So big shout out and congratulations to Trick Williams and Lash Legend. But no honeymoon yet. We got Trick Williams going to Riyadh to defend the United States Championship against Absolute Ricky Saints. I'm gonna go on a limb because it could be a coin toss. I hope it doesn't affect. Rather, if Trick wants to go on a honeymoon with Lash Legend, because if it is, he might be dropping the title to Ricky Saints. I don't feel like it's the time to do that yet. I feel like they should hold off and make it the triple threat. So I got Trick Williams retaining the U.S. title. But I do not think it's going to be the last of it. I think even though he beat Carmelo Hayes, I think he beats Ricky Saints. But I think it's going to be a triple threat match, possibly next month in Madison Square Garden at Saturday night's main event. It will be smart to do that. Do the triple threat. Trick, Ricky, Carmelo, U.S. Championship. We got now a feud and a match that we've seen last year. We got Tiffany Stratton defending the United States Championship against Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill, former women's champion. She dropped the belt to Rhea Ripley, but before that, she beat Tiffany Stratton last year for the women's championship. Now they're going at it for the U.S. title. I think it was been a dull moment, so to speak, on Tiffany Stratton's U.S. run. And we're finally getting a women's U.S. title at a PLE. We haven't had it. Maybe Saturday night's main event. Lots of SmackDown matches, but not in a PLE. And we're finally getting it at a PLE. I wonder how far they're going to go with this. But I got Jade Cargill winning the U.S. Championship. Her faction with BFAB and Michin actually sparks a little bit more attention when you put a belt on Jade Cargill. And hell, if she is able to win this, yo, it's been an exciting 3 years for Jade Cargill, a fucking superstar. I've always said it, even when she was in AEW and she was not getting the right push. But look, if she captures the women's championship, then you got a women's U.S. title, a WWE women's title, a women's tag team title, and a Queen of the Ring, all in a 3-year mark. That means all she got to do is go to Raw and win those belts, and she's already a Grand Slam winner. You know, she wins this U.S. title, she's a Triple Crown winner. A Triple Crown. So, I got Jade on this one. Jey Uso taking on Obafemi in the men's King of the Ring. Well, King of the Ring is men's, obviously. But in the King of the Ring finals, I got Jey Uso winning this. I think we're going to see something in the nature of interference. I don't know. It could be Jacob Fatu. It could be Brock Lesnar. Or it could be both. But I got Jey Uso becoming King of the Ring. Holy shit. IC champ, world champ, Royal Rumble, and King of the Ring. That's fucking fire. Shout out main event Jey Uso if he pulls it off. We got Seth freaking Rollins taking on Braun Breaker, Steel Cage. I got Seth freaking Rollins ending this feud, going on to, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know where the fuck you go with Seth if it's not against Division, because world titles kind of held up. Maybe. If Jey Uso, put it this way, right? If Jey Uso wins the King of the Ring, he might be going to SummerSlam challenging the WWE champion, right? So that leaves the World Championship, which is Roman Reigns, open at SummerSlam. Do we finally get that match that we were promised at WrestleMania? Seth versus Roman? That'd be fucking awesome. And speaking of WWE Championship, we got the triple threat match. Cody Rhodes defending the WWE title against Gunther and Sami Zayn. Now, I called months ago that Sami Zayn, I had him winning the world title this year, but due to Money in the Bank. I had no idea Sami was going to fuck his way into literally getting in a triple threat match for the WWE title. I never would have guessed that shit. And he did it. I think with all the wins that Gunther, because don't get it wrong. Remember WrestleMania 40? Sami defeated and ended Gunther's IC championship run of 666 days. He ended it at WrestleMania, right? But since then, remember Gunther had the world title and gave a shot to Sami? Couldn't beat him for the world title. Went at Cody. He's been losing to Cody. I got Sami Zayn winning the WWE Championship this weekend. This Saturday in Riyadh. And Riyadh loves Sami Zayn. Saudi Arabia loves Sami Zayn. He speaks their language. Why not? You know what I'm saying? I definitely see Sami Zayn shocking the fucking world, becoming a world champion at Night of Champions. Why the fuck not? I mean, doesn't mean he needs a whole title run all the way to fucking SummerSlam or WrestleMania and shit, but you win a world championship. I think this is his moment. And who knows? Fucking going all the way to SummerSlam. I mean, the title could change at Saturday night's main event at Madison Square Garden. It's not guaranteed, but it could change. It could change. We could see Sami dropping the belt to Cody, and we get Cody and Jay at SummerSlam. Why the fuck not? Keep me fucking guessing. But that's my picks. All right? So we got the picks. We got Jey Uso winning the King of the Ring against Obafemi. Io Sky defeating Liv Morgan at Queen of the Ring. Trick Williams retaining the U.S. Championship against Ricky Saints. Jade Cargill winning the U.S. title against Tiffany Stratton. Seth freaking Rollins defeating Braun Breaker in a steel cage. And Sami Zayn defeating Cody or Gunther, both, in the triple threat for the WWE Championship. We got Night of Champions going down this Saturday in Riyadh in the Kingdom Arena. Make sure y'all check that shit out. Rather if it's Layback TV, rather if it's ESPN Unlimited, check it out. I'm your boy Eddie Jackson. This is the Drop That Podcast. Make sure y'all like, sub, you know what I mean? Leave a comment. Who you got for Night of Champions? Tell me who you got on your wins, all right? I'm your boy Eddie Jackson. You already know what it is. Drop That Podcast. Peace.